Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. I got Peyton Law here for the second time. We tried this a minute ago, but I didn't bring any microphones. Like I just asked you, you're the book on you, Peyton the Law, as I call you, is you're going to step up and you're going to do whatever your team needs to win. You just talk about, your approach to the game and your role on the team.
Yes, sir. See, I try to do just everything I can to get our guys and get the team to win. Whether if it's scoring, I'll do my best at that. If not, then I'll try to rebound and defend at the best of my ability. Just find ways and just any way that I could get the win.
Yeah. I call you a reformed football guy. You were a great player at Calhoun High in Georgia, where you grew up. Did you ever consider going to school on a football scholarship?
I did. It was kind of crazy. At one point, I did have more football offers than I did basketball. But it was just, ever since I was a little kid, I always had the basketball in mind. Right. So I just kind of always.
So how much did because you were a really good football player, how much did that influence your approach to basketball? Because if you watch it, you as a fan, it's pretty obvious that you got a football background, right?
What's kind of crazy is that I almost quit my senior year to focus on basketball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But no, I'm really glad I didn't do that because we ended up going to the state game. But I feel like it has kind of translated into my basketball game. And that's why I feel like I'm very physical out there and I can just do a lot of things.
Now, when you, people be surprised when you were younger, you weren't quite as big and you were more known as a shooter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was your role. That's when they talked about Peyton Law, that was a shooter. When did you grow and get this?
It was actually over right during COVID. So that happened during my sophomore year. I was about 6'1", maybe, thin guy. And then quarantine, didn't see anybody. Come back to summer workouts, football. I'm 6'6", weighing about 200 pounds, and everybody was just so confused. But now I grew, and then that's whenever I started finally adding weight to me.
So when you decided you wanted to be a basketball player, what about Freed? How did you select Freed-Hardeman?
It was mainly just the relationship that Coach Stutz built with me from such afar. So he recruited me in that summer, going into my senior year. And it was just, he always tried to keep in touch with me. Living 4.5 hours away from Freed, they came to 4 of my games my senior season. Yeah. So like that meant a lot to me, them driving that far, coming to watch. They even brought the whole team one time when they were there playing Life University the next day. Yeah, they brought the team the night before. And that just, it meant a lot to me, and I knew that
was a pretty impressive move, wasn't it? Because that probably made you feel like, these guys must really want me, huh?
It really did.
So when you got to Freed, you started practicing, you started meeting some of the guys on the team. What surprised you? Well, what did you think about NAIA basketball? Because you really didn't know, right? What surprised you when you got there?
You can ask some of the guys and the coaches. I was struggling my first few weeks of practice because just the pace of the game, and like I was used to physicality, but I wasn't like really used to it being nonstop with just on the court. But I did struggle. But then whenever I really kind of found like what I needed to do, that's whenever I knew that I was like, all right, I think I'm going to be good here now.
Watching you play as a fan, it appears, I'm just going to tell you what it looks like, and you explain it to me. It looks like you've almost got a switch. The game will kind of get into a flow, and then you'll have a switch where you got another gear, and you hit that gear, and your team kind of follows you. That's what it looks like as a fan. I saw you running really hard between halves. Is that something you do to kind of turn that switch on to try to get yourself going, or what do you do?
That's just kind of something to get the blood flowing again. Just whenever the half starts, I'm not just still trying to get warmed up again from halftime, but that just gets the blood flowing, and I'm just in my mind, just thinking about what I need to do for this next 20 minutes.
Yeah. So how would you're not really a post guy, you're not really a perimeter guy. if somebody says, "Okay, describe your position," what would you say?
Hybrid.
Do we have to plug you in?
I don't really know how, but it's just a little bit of everything, I guess.
Yeah. Do you prefer playing out on the perimeter, or sometimes you go down and you post up? Is there one or the other you prefer more?
I think I prefer the post for sure. Just being physical down there and just, I don't know, just being down there, down in the paint, and maybe just getting a dunk here and there. That just, it really gets me going.
Yeah. You know, one thing, you and I talked about this earlier in the season, but preseason polls come out. You guys were defending national champions. You weren't really where a lot of people thought you should be. Let's just say it like that. Yeah. And you know, how much locker room material did that make for you guys to prove that, hey, don't disrespect us like that?
Oh, that's what we've kind of talked about all year. Just people doubting us with losing 5 guys from the previous year. You know, All-Americans, D1 transfers, Hunter going out. People think that we just can't. We're not going to be able to do anything without them, and that just built a lot of like. Without the target on our back, we wanted to put the target on theirs now. Like, we wanted to go out and show these guys that like we're still going to be here. Like, we're still the defending national champions, and we're going to try to do that again, and we will.
So with that being said, you got your 3rd straight Mid-South ring. Mm-hmm. What did that mean to you to get that after kind of going through some of that?
You know, it meant a lot. You know, getting there to the championship and playing Cumberland's Kentucky after we lost to them twice in the regular season. You know, it was the game that you just want to have as a player. Just, you know, just I don't know, like the emotion in that game just built throughout all the season. Just depends on that one game. And it was awesome to do it with G and Riley 3 years in a row.
Yeah, big. Yeah, I want to ask you about one guy that kind of surprised me as the season, probably about the last third of the season, Jordan Stevens, who always had come off the bench, just all of a sudden, I mean, really turned into a scoring machine.
Yes.
Just talk about his growth. What year is he?
So this is his 5th year.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. So talk about his game and, you know, the growth this season.
So we knew what Jordan was capable of. From the past, from 2 years ago, I think it was, whenever he was honorable mention, All-American, somewhere around that. So like we knew the player that he was, but last year he was hurt all year.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Wasn't able to play. So coming into this season, he was still trying to find like what his role was on this team. You know, coming off the bench, and just he was going to be that guy coming off the bench and just being kind of the spark. The score coming off, and start of the season he was still trying to find it, but I think he has really found that, and he's really bought into that role, and he really helped us in opening round. He pretty much carried us to those 2 wins. Yeah,
it's really good to have him back and producing like that.
Oh yeah.
What does it meant to you as a person to be part of the Freed-Hardeman Lions program, to be part of the university? I mean, what does that mean? It's got to be just crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'm extremely blessed. I'll say that. God put me in this. He brought me here to Freed-Hardeman, and just surrounded by all these great people, the coaches, the players, the community. You know, just it's something that I'll never take for granted.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
So they're kind of your second family now.
Oh, yeah.
But you have an amazing first family that supports you like you wouldn't believe. Your brother is the head coach where you went to high school, and your whole family supports you. How important is that to have that family behind you? Because it's nice to have teammates, but your family is really important. How important are they to you?
They're extremely important.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying about Free, like I'm extremely blessed to have my family come to these games. Like I said, living 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
I think my mom made every game besides one this year. Dad was there for most of them. And even my mom's sister, they just, they're always here for me, and like, and they don't expect nothing back from me. Like I try to do things for them, but like they don't expect nothing from me. Like they just try to put everything into me, and like me and my brother, and it's just.
When you come out, do you know your mom and your aunt are up there? From where I sit, I see them.
I find them, and my dad, he usually waits outside the locker room.
Oh,
yeah, give him a little hug before we run out. He gives me a little talk in my
awesome.
ear.
Yeah. So you guys had a great year. Now you're in the FAB 4, but you're not done.
Sir.
So what do the Lions need to do Monday and Tuesday to get it done again? You've been there. You've won a championship. You know what it takes.
Yeah. So first, got to go through tomorrow night. Oklahoma Wesleyan, they're a really good team. Big, physical. I feel like we kind of played a team like them, similar. Spring Arbor.
Yeah.
You know, got a really big, strong.
Yeah, they almost got you.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. But they got some really good guards. They got good supporting cast around them. You know, but I think it's a good matchup for us because we won a good physical game. So I think that'll be really good game for us, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Well, I can't wait for it myself. Peyton, I really
Yes,
appreciate you giving me a few minutes.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you. That's Peyton The Law, Freed-Hardeman University. Thank you, Peyton.